Hey everyone, welcome to my library. My name is Melissa, and today I am coming with part 2 of my book haul that I recently posted the first part of. You'll have to excuse my no makeup look today. I'm just taking a break from makeup today. Sometimes you need those breaks. So, but I wanted to get this filmed because I really don't know if there's another more opportune time to film this while my kids are out and about and I have a few minutes to myself here. So, yes, let's just get started. It's about the books anyways, right? Okay, so I am gonna start, I think I told you guys in that last book haul that one was more classics, historical fiction, and just kind of like fancy editions and stuff like that. This is romances, both contemporary and historical, as well as a few family sagas. And so, yeah, we're just gonna get started. The first pile I see here is more recently printed romances. So let's just dive right in. I won second place in my Works Step Challenge this past few months. And because of that, we got a $25 gift card to Amazon. And with part of that money, I spent it on this book right here. This is Written in My Own Heart's Blood by Diana Gabaldon. This is the, oh my gosh, is this the 6th or 7th book in the series? I finished An Echo in the Bone, I want to say maybe 2 years ago. It's been a while. I took a long break from the Outlander series for no real reason other than that the books take me so long to read. Actually, yes, it was pretty much 2 years ago exactly, because I remember, this is such a funny memory. I just have to throw this back. I remember listening to the audiobook while trying desperately to rock my son Wayne to sleep when he was a newborn. And that was 2 years ago. So crazy. But yeah, so this is the next book in the series. I live for these floppy paperbacks that they print of this series and a few other books that are printed this way. If you have a thick book like this is it. This is it. I love it. So yeah, so I'm excited to get to this. And I actually don't know. I don't even remember where it left off. I'm gonna have to like watch a recap or something to remind myself. But yeah, I thankfully haven't been spoiled for this series, like the ending too much or like the later books in the series. So it'll be fun to go back into this world and be surprised by what happens to these characters that I have grown to love. Okay, next book is Rules of Ruin by Mimi Matthews. I actually read this book. I read it. I actually listened to it on audio. I got it on Libby after I bought the book because I just wanted a different way to read it just in case. And it was so good. I gave it, I think I gave it a 4-star. Let me just read the back. On the outskirts of London sits a seemingly innocuous institution with a secretive aim: train young women to distract, disrupt, and discredit the patriarchy. Outraged by a powerful lord's systematic attack on women's rights, the academy summons its brightest and most bitter pupil to infiltrate the odious man's inner circle. A deal is struck. If she brings down the Viscount, Miss Euphemia Flight will finally earn her freedom. So yeah, so it's Euphemia, and then this man who's really close to the man she's trying to bring down, whose name is Gabriel, the man she ends up falling in love with. His name is Gabriel. He is he works for a gambling house. Like he owns one. So he needs this really high, powerful man to like keep funding his business, basically. So they're kind of at each other's ends, and then they end up falling in love and working together to bring him down. So it's a good time. I know that there's another book in the series that just got printed, or just got released maybe a month ago. And so I need to read that too. I didn't buy it, but I'll probably listen to it because I actually really enjoyed the audiobook. It's dual narration. And the guy who plays Gabriel, I particularly enjoyed. He's got a really good accent. So, like, I don't know how to describe it. I think it's a Manchester accent. But anyways, so yeah, so there's this one. Okay, next one is Eligible by Curtis Sittenfeld. I've been meaning to read this book for a long time. It's been out for a while. This is a modern day Pride and Prejudice retelling, and I am here for any kind of Pride and Prejudice retelling. I love them all. And I usually read about one a year. And so maybe this is the one I should read this year. Although I read Unequal Affections. I think it was earlier this year, maybe in January even. Wow, that book is so good. So good. Highly recommend if you haven't read it. Probably the best, actually I will say definitively the best Pride and Prejudice retelling I've ever read. So, but anyways, this one should be good too. Modern day retellings can kind of be hit or miss, but I'm hoping this one is good. So there's this one. Next book is David Nichols' You Are Here. I love David Nichols. He wrote One Day, and I love that book so much. And then I watched the miniseries that just recently got released on Netflix. Also really good. I love the Anne Hathaway movie too. I feel like people don't give that one enough credit. But anyways, I really enjoy his writing. He writes really good, very heartfelt, I wouldn't say romances because sometimes they don't like end with an HEA, but he writes really good chemistry between characters. And I know that this one is about two people who have, like, they go on a hike through the English countryside together as like a kind of like a therapy situation. And and then they end up, I think, falling in love too. So sometimes you need to get lost to find your way. So there is this one. Okay, the next one is one that I have been kicking myself that I haven't read because I feel like it was a darling of BookTube maybe like 5 years ago. And that is the Bromance Book Club. Maybe even more like 7 years ago because it was pre-COVID. And this is all about a book club that a bunch of men go to learn how to woo women by reading historical romances. So like it is so, I mean, you have to probably suspend your disbelief a little bit because obviously I don't feel like that would ever happen in real life. But it sounds really good. And this one is a second chance romance between a married couple. I know that too. And that sounds very, like, I love a second chance, especially if it's like they really do want to get back together. Like they have everything going for them kind of thing. So, but they have a lot to work through. So yeah. I look forward to reading this. Let me know if you've listened to the audiobook, if the audiobook's any good too, because, I'm open to either. So that one. Okay, next book is one that has literally taken the entire romance book or romance community by storm, I feel like. And I don't know if I've heard anything bad about it, but, I actually don't watch that much romance BookTube anymore. I don't know why, but it kind of just sizzled out for me. There's a sticker on here for McKay Books. This is where I bought that book when I was in Nashville. This is Butcher and Blackbird. Sorry, now I'm determined to get this sticker off. So Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver. This is like a serial killer romance, but like lighthearted. And it's the first book in the Ruinous Love trilogy. And so it's Sloane and Rowan, two serial killers who, it's a friends to lovers, dark romantic comedy. And I was meaning to read this during Halloween, but I didn't get around to it. So I'll read it at, I'm not going to wait till next Halloween, but yeah, it sounds good. I'm intrigued. I have not read something with this kind of premise ever. So it's going to be kind of out of my comfort zone, but I think it's good to sometimes step out of your comfort zone just to see what's happening. But yeah, so there's this one. I'm going to say there's this one so many times. I'm going to try not to. I'm sorry. Okay, quick drink break. I am drinking a peppermint mocha tea. It's divine. Okay, so now let's move on to some of my historical romances / like family sagas. And the first one is going to be 3 books all by the same author, MMK, who you guys know I was reading. So I was reading Shadow of the Moon by her, and okay, let me explain myself. I got halfway through right here, and I stopped to read the next Cormoran Strike book, which you guys know if you watch my video about how I was reading that book. And then I stopped, I read this Cormoran Strike book, took me like a month and a half to read it. And then I had every intention to pick this book back up. And then I started kind of looking at my shelves and realizing like I was going to get in a slump if I started to read this book, which is pretty intense and pretty like historical and very, there's just a lot to it. I was feeling like if I tried to go back into reading this book after reading the Cormoran Strike book that took me forever to read, I might never get through it because I just wasn't feeling it. I was like, I need something a little more easy to read and more like exciting that I can kind of get back into my groove before I pick this one back up. So that's why I picked up Years by Liv Earl Spencer as a reread. But I do have every intention of finishing this. That's why I kept the bookmark in there. If I was going to DNF, I'd just take the bookmark out. But we got it in there. It's a Hocus Pocus bookmark, which is awesome. Because I was reading this around Halloween time. So, yeah. So I'm going to finish this. I promise. It was really good. I just didn't need... It was going to be a slog if I tried to read it right after that other really long book. But then I also know that I really enjoy MMK's writing. So I got The Far Pavilions by her in this floppy paperback. Yeah, I have not read The Far Pavilions. I started reading her with this book, which I'm actually pretty happy about because I really like this, the storyline and this romance happening. I know this romance is also really good too, from what people tell me. I have owned editions of this book before, but the edition I owned was ugly. Like it was like a media, like a tie-in to the TV show that was made in like the 80s. And yeah, the edition itself was just so bad. So, and then I saw this floppy paperback and I was like, that's what I want. That's what I want to read this book in. So, same with this one. Like I had a different edition for this book that you guys probably saw that I really enjoyed, but it was literally falling apart. I was taping up every inch of that cover to try to save it. So then, yeah, I got a normal, trade paperback of this one as well. So yeah, I will read this at some point in my life because I love The Far Pavilions, or I love MMK's writing, and I'm sure I will love this book too. Also set in India. All her books are set in India, like historical India. So, and then this one my husband found while he was out and about on a work trip. Crazy. But this is Tradewind by MMK. So yeah, I now have a decent amount of MMK books to select from. And yeah, it makes me very happy. Okay, so speaking of authors that I've read and enjoyed, I saw this book, I want to say at the library book sale, And it's Penny Vincenzi, who wrote, can you see them from here? I don't think you can see them. Dang. She wrote the oh my gosh, the Lytton family trilogy that I read. It starts with Fallen Angel. I've talked a lot about these books, but yeah, Fallen Angel, Something Dangerous, and I can't remember the other one. But it's this huge long series about this family in the starting in the 1930s and then going through, I want to say like maybe even like 50 years of drama. And I loved it so much. And I love Penny Vincenzi's writing. Very easy to read, so just like engrossing, and she really gets into the minds of her characters. So I saw this one and thought, why not? But yeah, I don't know anything about it other than I think that it's actually contemporary. I mean, even the cover gives that away. But yeah, it's a contemporary book set in London, and it's going to be a drama, as we can tell. So yeah, London, set in May 1985 is when it starts. So there's this one. Okay. Oh, here's another contemporary book. I'm sorry, I should have put this in with the other ones. This one I actually bought because I attended the Book Besties reading retreat, and someone recommended this book, and then a lot of people like nodded their heads in approval that they'd read this book as well. And that is The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Ally Carter. I should read this like ASAP because it's perfect timing right now when it's Christmas time, with the holidays coming through. Yeah, the lady who recommended this book said that it was very like charming and Christmassy, but also that the romance was pretty believable, and it was just a fun romp basically. So that sounded really good. I don't have book of the month. I just happened to find this edition out in the wild somewhere. So, but yeah, it's a really cute cover too. I love the cover. So yeah, I should definitely get around to this soon because it is that time. So there's this one. Okay. Now we're down to our historical sagas, I believe, and like historical romances. So let's just get going here. This is another book I found at McKay Books for 50 cents. Amazing. This is Memories and Ashes. This is a Civil War historical romance. Oh, I'm kind of scared to take off this sticker. It looks like it's peeling the cover. No. Okay. That's annoying. McKay Books. Come on. But yeah, so this is a historical romance, Civil War. You guys know that that's one of my like random niches that I love. I love collecting them. So I don't know if anyone has read this book or even heard of it. I think I remember when I was looking it up that like hardly any reviews were on Goodreads, like maybe less than 100. So yeah, but I love the cover too. Really pretty cover. I love the like raised golden lettering here. So really cute. Flames of war, flames of passion. Okay. This one is one that I love the cover, and then the title got me. This is Flower of Scotland by Emma Blair. So this is set in the early 1900s in Scotland, obviously. And then it's leading up to the Great War. So perfect. Like literally, like this is my cup of tea when there's like a family that it centers on, and then it's usually UK based. And then on top of that, it's it's like World War I, World War II era. Yeah, so that's what this one is, and it sounds really good. So yeah, let me know if you've read Emma Blair. Never heard of her either, but this cover is so cute. So cute. Looks like I got it at Goodwill. Maybe. So sorry that I don't remember where I got these books. This is like this entire book haul, including part 1, was like an accumulation of books over maybe 6 months, like a long time. So that's why I don't remember half of the time where I got these, but okay. I talked about Catherine Cookson in my previous haul, and a lot of you guys were saying, oh, you're going to love Catherine Cookson, which makes me very happy and very excited. But this is another one of her books that I didn't haul in that. I should have. Don't know why I didn't. Well, maybe I did. No, I don't think I did. This is The Bannerman Legacy by her. So this is in the wild, harsh world of Northumberland, a lover, a husband, and a wife struggled to be free of a haunting, bittersweet past. So sounds like it's a family saga. Sounds like it's a drama. Also, it's pretty thick. So, yeah, should be good. Let me know if you've read this book by her. I love the cover. Really old school, but nice. So there's that one. Okay. These two books are very similar in, well, okay, I don't know if they're similar, but they got the same vibe. This one is The Frontiersman by Alan Eckert. This is the first book one of the Narratives of America series. I want to read Alan Eckert. I believe I heard of him first from Steve Donahue. He was saying that he's a very intriguing author that doesn't have a lot of, like, no one knows a lot about him, but the fact that he wrote these super, super fact-based historical fiction books, like where almost everything is factual and he just really does his research. A powerful epic of violence and vengeance in the conquest of America's Northwest Territory. So, yeah, I mean, it looks good. And I just really thought that the author's history sounded interesting enough that I might enjoy his books. So let me know if you have read Alan Eckert. Yeah, I don't know anything more about this book. The next one is also recommended from, it was recommended in the BookTube Besties Retreat, as well as my in-person book club that I attend occasionally. My mother-in-law hosts an in-person book club with ladies around the neighborhood and around the kind of general area that we live in. And the book club mostly reads like historical fiction with a touch of sometimes like Christian fiction. But this book is called Follow the River by James Alexander Thom. And it's all about this lady right here, Mary Ingalls, who literally like trekked through miles and miles and miles of wilderness by herself, from what I understand. And like she just has an amazing story, and also like her determination to follow the river and get to I think she's trying to get back to her settlement. It's like it's really impressive. Like from what I remember one lady talking about, it's like she would say, what would Mary do after she read this book to like motivate herself to do stuff? Because she was just so inspiring. She was such an inspiring person. And this is a real like account of a real story, I think. So yeah, so it sounds really good. So I ended up buying this edition because I thought it was really cool. I love the like old school version of it. But yeah, I had to after so many people recommending it. So that is that. Okay. 2 more books and then we're done with this book haul. Yay. So the next book is a historical romance that I own a version that doesn't have the step back, but I've always wanted to own the step back. And then I found it at McKay's. I remember when I found it, I was like internally screaming. That is Annie's Song by Katherine Anderson. Back when like, I feel like there was this heyday of historical romance booktube where everyone was showing off their step backs and like having these huge hauls of historical romances. This one was one that everyone was so excited to like show. Here we go. It's beautiful. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's beautiful. I need to read this book. It has been on my list for so long. And that is because the story itself, the premise is that it's all about this woman who seems to be she's mute, like she can't talk. And so people think she's like less intelligent, but then she kind of proves that she isn't and falls in love with a man who believes in her and helps her. And so that's all I know. Yeah, it says, and he becomes determined to break through the wall of silence surrounding her, to heal and to be healed by Annie's sweet song of love. So, I mean, it sounds like a tearjerker, sounds so good. And anyways, I'm so happy to finally own the one that has the step back, because I can't get over this. It's so pretty. So yeah, there's this one. Let me know if you've read Catherine Anderson in general. I have actually a lot of her books, and I've yet to read her. But this is going to be the book I start with for sure, because she gives me Lavril Spencer vibes. So let me know if that's true. And then the last book in this book haul, guys, is one I got for $1. And that is All Creatures Great and Small by James Herriot. I fell for this cover because it's him, obviously. And then I just really like the kind of size of this hardback. I think it's going to be a really readable version of it. I own another edition of this book. That's like the media tie-in edition for the miniseries or the TV series that's out. That I like too. It's just a mass market paperback, like nothing wrong with it, but this one I just loved it. I loved how he has such a charming, I think he has such a charming way. Like I'm talking about this picture, but like he just seems like a guy that would be so nice to get to know. And then with the little dog, and just so cute. So yeah, obviously I have every intention to read this book because it's set in the English countryside, and it's about all of his, happenings with him being a veterinarian there. And so, yeah, obviously right up my alley too. So yeah, let me know if you've read this book. If there's like a really good time to read this book, like, is it a good Christmas book? Is it a good fall book, or does it really matter? If you get me, you know what I mean. But yeah, so there's this one, and that is all of them. That's all the books that I have to haul for you guys. I really appreciate you guys sticking around. And all the new subscribers, thank you so much. Also, this shirt, so good. Another thrift find. I thought the bears were adorable, and like it's so Christmassy, and like the corduroy collar. Can't. But I really hope you guys are doing well. And I really appreciate, again, all the support and all the comments and everything. With all that being said, please like and comment and subscribe if you want to see more from me. And I will see you guys in another video soon. Bye.